the number one star center, for which I shall be the generator. I am the spokesman for the planet Eros, and have all the planet behind me. The minds of the planet, the people dwelling there, have all oscillated unto me their powers and energy. Now, this central system will be the point where the greatest amount of energy will be oscillated from, for this great lens of which we have spoken will be poised directly over the top of the temple which I shall occupy. They are building a tall throne upon which I shall sit, which is directly under the peak of this temple, which is directly under the great vast lens of which we related, which is the size of a large planet. So if you can visualize in your mind the great regenerative energies that can thusly be built up. The entire system, when it is put into action, which will be in the very near future, very few years in the future, will be a way and a means where all the planets can be communicating, can be helping each other. There will be no planet that will be in need of anything, for there will be always higher planes and planets to help the others. And now I believe the need for your planet at this moment is to be stepped up in frequency. And of course the leader of the planet would be the first one to be needful in his stepping up. And I think we will wait no longer. We will direct to you frequencies and energies that will bring into your consciousness memories and activations and powers which you have not heretofore been thoroughly familiar with.
That would be well, because I have gone as far as I am consciously able to do, as I am the head scientist on this plane. It is the scientists who are the rulers. And we have lost or forgotten some very important part of the teaching that was brought to this planet. And as much as we have been able to do so, we have not been capable of finding that missing understanding.
Yes, well, you see, dear Nandi, what Nadnee, I mispronounced you. You were given teaching that would last you only up to this point. There would be no purpose in giving you teaching that you would need beyond this point. For now we are here to continue with what you need to know and to learn. Are you familiar with the continuity of life? How man evolves one life after another back into another physical body? How his higher and inner true self continues on into higher dimensions, and he remains there for some time to return again to the earth world and take on the body of a baby and again grow up. Are you familiar with this continuity process?
We know of the continuity of life, but felt that it was the ingoing and outgoing of peoples from our own solar system, and that we changed from one planet to another and reappeared for our own needs, but did not know of a higher.
I see. Well, of course this is most important, for it would be of little use or benefit to the individuals if they did not gain a greater understanding. And you see, this is all a part of the very purpose of regeneration, which I like to call reincarnation. This is the purpose, that when one leaves the body in so-called death, that he is translated to a planet of where he can gain a little higher understanding. But he must be aware of these principles, or this will not be the case. He will simply oscillate back to the same planet or one even of a lower nature. So it is of vital importance that man realize this important concept of regeneration within himself, of progressive regeneration.
I see where we have gone wrong.
But dear one, there are many, many principles and concepts important that we have collected and stored, and this is the work that this individual to whom you are speaking, Shauna, in case I did not tell you, I am distributing this teaching to our planet people here, and will do so to the many planets, for it is the very highest spiritual teaching that man will need for countless thousands or billions of years. And this is one reason why you were contacted, to help in this way. Another way, to help in your immediate change or pickup in frequency. You will be regenerated in consciousness. In just a moment, I'm going to extend ourselves directly unto your planet. I don't believe we learned about how many people exist on your plane.
We have 100 million souls.
100 million. Mm-hmm.
And this planet is a highly mechanized one. It is completely automatic in every respect.
Well, sometimes when we have too much mechanisms, we have lost sight of the far more important, and that is the spiritual. We must ever be conscious of the great God force within us, of the infinite oneness of all creation, both man, beast, and vegetation, the infinite oneness of all things. We must ever look toward this creative source for regeneration and our upliftment toward the light, the fountainhead of all. These concepts are most vital. Now, dear brother, the lens of which I spoke is you are going to be able to, from this moment on, because we are placing you in this vibration whereby you can contact this lens and receive all the information, all the spiritual understanding and know-how, and anything necessary pertaining to the building of your cities and temple, and especially of the function of these great bands of energy which you are going to, before long, be projecting from out the top of the conical shaped building. When all of these temples are erected and all the great bands of energy are put into action, can you just imagine the magnificent and wondrous pattern of power that will be crisscrossing the whole planetary system? It is quite magnificent to even imagine.
You make me gasp.